Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This backyard cleanup and patio refresh started in April. You can see it's very early spring in my flower beds here. The grass is very lush and green. Not so much anymore the second week of July. But what is thriving and gorgeous is these weeds. Just look how lush and green they are this year. Boy, it's a never-ending battle. Last year I got about 3,600 pounds of mulch delivered to the house and spread it all over my yard, but it looks like this area needs a little more. But I plan on redoing all these beds next year, really get a good plan, move some plants around, so I think I'll just wait till then and battle the weeds in the meantime. It's been a very busy spring-summer so far. My hubby had rotator cuff surgery. He also had a torn bicep. So he was out of commission for 6 weeks in a sling. So it took me a little while to get to the yard work. I would work on it on and off. Here you can see it's a little later in the seasons. My poppies came and went. So right here I put down a tarp in the fall, winter to collect the bird seed. And I had cleaned up a couple months ago and put a bunch of bird seed in these grocery bags, and it was a very windy day, so I just put the grocery bags on top of the tarp as a weight, and I forgot all about them. Well, now it was quite warm this day, and those seeds fermented, and they smelled like roadkill, like warmed over death. And to prove it, here's my dog Lucy thinking this is the perfect spot to set up camp because it just smells so amazing. Once I got that mess cleaned up, I gave the mulch a good raking to kind of revive it a little. And I don't know if you can see in the lower left there in the mulch, it's moving because there was a ton of ants. And I never even noticed them the whole time I was raking and pulling out a few weeds. I never even saw them, but once they started biting my ankles, I noticed them real quick. Moving on to the shed clean out, which is always a big task. Here's my fancy doorstop. It's funny, in the fall when I put everything in here, it feels so organized, and then when I open it again in spring, it looks like a hot mess. How does that happen? I did have hubby help me take out the metal table and chairs for the patio before his surgery, so those are already removed. But I have all this stuff to organize. I did get rid of quite a bit of it. I put a lot of it on our free site on Facebook, and people came and picked up all kinds of things, and then when it was ever left, I just put at the end of my driveway. We live on a fairly busy street, and it only took 24 hours and it was all gone. So I spread everything out on the lawn and tried to decide what I'm going to keep, what I'm going to let go. I did manage to spill an entire bag of grass seed, which was fun. And we had a bunch of little mice living in here this year, and they scared me half to death when I moved a brick pile and found 5 little black mice living in there. And they also lived in here, which I got rid of everything on this tray completely. So here we are, all organized. These are the things I'm going to keep for a while. We put some mice deterrent in, so that got rid of the mice. Wait a minute, nope. There's another little guy right there. I'm not sure how to get rid of these mice. I have a really hard time killing them. I just want them to go live somewhere else, so we'll see what we can do about that. But I think I'm down to the bare minimum in here. It's been really nice so far. Hubby got me this AI bird feeder for Christmas. It was really easy to put up. It's only 2 pieces. It has a support bar and the actual bird feeder itself with the camera. So I put that up on the shed, and then I read it's not good to feed your birds in the summer, that the seed, something happens to the seed. I don't know if it's, I would have to look at that reel again, but it becomes fermented, it can make the birds sick, which is the last thing I'd want to do. So I did fill it once, and then I read that, and now I'm leaving it empty until fall. But I also need to get an SD card to take video. But as far as birds, it does take photos, and this is what it looks like. Alright, moving on to patio flowers. I picked up 2 cute little cement planters on Facebook Marketplace. I had to drive about 40 minutes to get them. I thought they were a lot larger. They were so small when I got there, but I still ended up getting them. They were cute. Here I'm putting some rocks for drainage in the bottom. The man I got them from, I actually picked them up on Memorial Day, and he was having a cookout and he invited me to stay, and I was like, no, I gotta get going. So he loaded the planters in my car and he's like, hold on a second, and he went and got me a plate of food. He's like, you have to try these ribs, you just have to. He goes, just eat them when you get home. And actually they were very, very good. I messaged him back and said those were outstanding. So I'm putting some geraniums in here. I'm putting whatever this purple plant is that I'm showing you and cut off the name of it. I don't even know what it's called. I picked up these zinnias. They were white, and then as they were waiting to be planted, a yellow one popped up, and I didn't want that orangey yellow in my mixture this year, but I felt bad about throwing away a perfectly healthy flower, so I did put it in its own little pot, which you'll see later. But keep an eye on these zinnias because they have really expanded. You'll see in the reveal. They are so pretty. And of course a vinca vine. I always like a trailing plant, and these are so hardy. I also picked up some white geraniums. I like to cluster things in 3s when I can, and they are part of a little cluster. And these sweet impatiens, they look like little roses, but they're actually impatiens, and they need shade, and I do have them in shade most of the day. So, so beautiful. They remind me of an English garden. And this little purple plant is thriving as well. It's so sweet. After I got those planters planted, I made a little bit of a mess. I thought maybe this is a good time to blow off the patio, get it all cleaned up. I always like to try and get everything down to one corner. It's easier to clean up that way. There's a bunch of leftover from fall and winter in this corner as well. I had to do a little scraping to get that up. Before we move on, I thought I would show you what the backyard used to look like. We had an old deck in back. It was falling apart. I toyed with the idea of having the steps replaced, maybe replacing some railing here and there, and I was told to just rip it out and put something new in. So we added the patio in 2022. We hired a company, and when they removed the deck, they found a cement slab underneath, which we had no idea. So that was added time and cost to the project, of course. Once that was removed, they did a preliminary layout for the bricks or the stones. No patio door here yet. So this was in August of 22, and we didn't even add the patio doors until March of 23. This is when the house was light gray as well. So there's the patio doors just installed. And I'll tell you who loves it the most. The doggies. Alright, moving on. I got this little plant stand on Amazon last year. It's kind of a brushed nickel. And my patio set out there is black. There's lots of black on the patio, and this just kind of didn't blend in very well, so I'm giving it a coat of Rust-Oleum 2X. I may have to give it a refresher every year, but it looks so much better. It looks really nice black. And I didn't spray the back because why? So this little plant stand is under the eaves of the house, and it gets a lot of shade during the day. So these are shade plants. And then I have some faux plants on the bottom. Moving on to the fire pit. So this year we had a surprise in our fire pit that my dog Lucy pointed out. A little nest of baby bunnies. There was 6 in all. So I built a little staircase for them out of bricks, and it took 2 days, and they finally all moved on. And I put these fake palms in there over the little burrows they made just to make sure everything was gone. I thought if they moved, maybe somebody was still living in there, but I left them there for quite a few days. Nothing moved, so I think it was safe. So I cleaned out the fire pit, got all the weeds out. I was going to get more stone, but once I raked it all up, I think it was pretty good, so I'm just going to leave it as is. You can see the little burrows there. I'm still taking out bunny nests. And then to prevent more bunnies, we got this dome cover. It's fire resistant, so bonus, no bunnies, and we can keep sparks from flying out when we have a fire. Alright, moving on to these flower beds. I left my mums from fall here. I was lazy, I just kind of threw them all there. Now I get to clean it up. I did save all the pots though. I got some bigger pots for the patio, which you'll see in a bit. And I put them in there upside down to take up some space so I don't have to fill the entire large pots with potting soil. Of course, I have some little helpers out there as usual. So this window well got quite full of leaves from the fall. And as I was taking scoops out, here's one scoop, and at the second scoop, oh, there's a mouse, and I screamed. I've never seen so many mice on our property before. We've been here almost 25 years. I'm gonna scoop some, you know what, I think I'm gonna switch to a rake. I can't believe how compacted the mulch got over the winter. need to do some work on our lawn this year. I waited too long though, and now it's way too hot. It's been in the 90s, so I probably won't do it until fall, or maybe even wait till next spring. I'm not sure I'm going to keep these metal goats. I've had them for years, but I'll stick them there for now. So here's a pot I put in upside down in my new larger pots. I added some pool noodles, and I've got a latania. I love that flower so much. We also got a water fountain. It sounds so lovely. This was day one. Lucy was really curious about what was going on here. I picked up this little lantern at a garage sale. It was only $5. I just love it. But I want one for the other side too, and I have no idea where it came from. I searched online and couldn't find it. If you recognize this little lantern, let me know where it came from. Alright, we're going to give the yard a quick mow and edging. And let's check out the reveal. Here's the before. And here's where we are now.